if you go into, I forgot which, there's an NTT and an ISPA. I forgot which ones. And also in Shiny's Don't Call Me. If you pay attention to the very ends of the music videos, it leads up into hinting who's the next to come back or hinting at the next part of the universe.
It's such a Marvel thing.
And,
no.
Yeah. So it's very, very like that right now, where they're really trying to push their universe like that.
Hello and welcome to the Krazecast, the podcast run by the fans for the fans that brings close to the action. My name is Roxy, and today I'm joined by my fellow host Jay, as well as our CEO Khannie.
Hello. To keep up with all our content, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at KrazMag, and YouTube The Kraze.
If you enjoy our content, please consider helping to support our organization through Ko-Fi. Our team is 100% volunteer-based, so any donation helps a great deal. Head over to ko-fi.com/thekraze, where you can donate however much you please, and we thank you so much ahead of time for your support.
And if you are watching this on YouTube, before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch our next episode, and hit that bell for notifications for whenever we upload new videos. So we are at the last episode of the year, everyone.
Woo!
How are we feeling?
Time's not real.
Time is not real. I can't believe we're already at the end of the year.
Yeah, 2021 just went by, and I know
it flew.
Pandemic wise, it's still here, but it flew much better because most of us are out and about.
Mm-hmm.
Jay and I came back from BTS concert just earlier this month, so that was a big 80,000 people.
No one died, so we're good.
Yeah, I mean, the lines were still bad, but I mean,
yeah, but you didn't die.
True. That is facts.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that we all didn't die, or there weren't breakthrough cases that we haven't.
Thank God. I mean, I feel so bad. So if you're watching this episode, Very Very had to cancel the rest of their tour because one of their members got COVID, and I'm just now it makes me worried for all the upcoming tours that are following
very upset.
after.
I'm very scared. I can't go through ATs being canceled again. I can't.
And Eric Nam's also in January. Twice is in January as well. So there's a lot happening, and it's kind of scary. So it's just I know we're not super like this, but please wear your mask. Be safe out there. I do feel bad for Very Very because it's just there are people who want to see them, and unfortunately this had to happen. And we're lucky, thankfully. I hope, as far as me and Khannie are aware, since we went to BTS, no one else got sick or got COVID, but still, it sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks. I think Monster X is also in January too.
Is it January or February?
But kind of both, but they're kind of
earlier in the year.
They're doing Jingle Ball right now, so they're out and about. And so it's just I really worry about, what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks since we're recording this. But
I don't want to be I had enough. I don't want to be sad. No.
No.
We're going to have a good time. Nothing bad's going to happen.
Yes.
I can't do this anymore. I'm not doing this for a third wave. I'm not. We're fine.
Yeah. But as you're listening to this episode, by the time this episode is released, we want to wish you a happy holidays. It is creeping up on to Christmas and New Year's, so quickly wanting to get that out and say happy holidays to everybody. Be safe and enjoy your holiday. But yeah, what are we talking about today, since we're at the end of the year? And in this episode,
it is comeback catch-up time for fourth quarter, and maybe also the best songs of the year, because we are at the end of the year. I can't mentally deal with that.
I know. I'm where time?
There's a lot happening in terms of songs, and there's just so many things happening in songs that we don't have a lot of time just listening to things.
Right. I just okay, to preface it, I didn't listen to a lot in the fourth quarter. There are few things here and there that I listened to, but not a lot. So should we just jump into October?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
I cannot find the October thing on my end. So if anyone wants to start first.
One October release I actually liked a lot was Purple Kiss. They did Zombie.
I've always heard about this group, never got into them.
I think it was October, but no, I really loved Zombie. I loved it more. I love this song more than their debut song, I think. Because I love zombie things and I think it's really quirky and it's just that chorus really, really catchy.
Definitely. October was also the month that The Feels came out, which was
hey, I love that song. Okay, I kind of prefer over Scientist. I'm sorry, don't come at me, Twice fans. But I loved The Feels. It was so good.
I'm still not used to like full English songs from K-pop artists, so like the chorus for me is very catchy because I heard it all the time on TikTok, but like the rest of the song still throws me off a lot because I'm just like, I'm not prepared for this.
I think it also has to do, it's just like it is their first English single. So it's just like they're going to try to make it even more catchier. And because TikTok is so huge right now, it kind of makes sense to like focus in and hone in on that. Not to say that Twice hasn't done that before, because they always do, but I think there was something about this particular release in English, especially, that is just like, okay, I'm not mad. And they looked all cute. I love the concept for the music video because it was centered around a prom theme. So I was just like, they look so pretty.
Are they trying to like break into the Western market with this song?
I think so, because this is their first.
So.
I would say so because after this, they did perform on the Kelly Clarkson show after. I'm not sure exactly, but I think they are just wanting to branch out a little bit more, and they're going to be having a bigger push, which at least we're finally getting a girl group getting a bigger push here.
I would love a girl group to be a little bit more, well known in the Western.
aespa or how the freaking hell do you say
aespa?
aespa is also doing that. They've been on shows, and it's like, I think they were at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade also.
I saw that. I was like, every time they do like, they have make appearances in Western like television, it's like they don't know who to focus on when people are singing.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's great that they're there, but I felt bad. Like they're just focusing on one person. I forget who, that was not really singing and just dancing. I was like, yeah, you don't know who's singing, but okay.
I think American media outlets are so used to either the soloists or like a lead singer of a band that gets all the attention. They have no idea how to handle like multiple members.
Groups, yeah.
I feel like it was like that too for NCT when they came for the Thanksgiving Day Parade a few years ago.
I forgot that they
same thing.
Yeah, and like I feel like Johnny got a lot of screen time. I may be wrong because it's been years, but like one or two people got all of the screen time, and like you barely saw anybody else. I was like, do you guys not like do your research? You don't do your homework before shooting? I don't know. Maybe
don't you guys rehearse this particular portion? I guess not. Okay. But they'll get used to it. I mean, Savage. I mean, it got record of the year at one of the awards this year. It's so good. I
love it.
It did. It got a record of the year at the Melon Music Awards, and it's just like that's a lot of charting for Melon. So it's just like, rightfully so, that they're going to be a monster rookie group for this year. That it's just like, yeah, I can see why.
I prefer Savage over Next Level, in my opinion, because I feel like the chorus is a lot catchier in Savage. Because I like to sing the harmonization parts whenever the chorus comes out. Because like the rapping, give me now, but then there's like that harmonization of the higher pitch and stuff. I was like, yes, this is so cool. But yeah, I'm not big on aespa until like now. I'm recognizing more of when Savage came out, so be on the lookout more for their music more often now.
I'm just ready for aespa to release more music. I'm just like, give me more from them, because I feel like some of their other songs get like hidden behind their big songs. So it's just like, give me more, give me a full album, not just some mini. Give me like more.
They're not gonna do that. As long as the singles are working, they're not gonna do that.
True, I guess.
It's all about the money. If you make the money on one song, you're not gonna add more songs.
That's true.
True.
Why
That's why
add
you
more?
shouldn't like your big corporations, y'all, because that's what they're gonna push.
That is true. Looking at the rest of the list, is it gonna have to turn into this where I have to get on my soapbox again?
Which
For
one?
IU.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm always on the IU agenda. She released Strawberry Moon, and it's such a cute song. I don't want to talk about it too much. I mean, she did win what's this called? She did pick up awards for Strawberry Moon as well. So it's just like rightfully so, because she is a chart monster in Korea. So there's that. And it's such a cute one. It's a cute concept. And I'm like, is this a continuation of something that I'm like trying to think? I'm reading into too much into the lore, but listen to IU, please. Strawberry Moon's really cute. Just saying.
And she did win Artist of the Year. So
Yep.
that's rightfully so.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
What else, Connie? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I think what I really liked out of October was Luna's Madonna.
Okay.
It is I think it's been such a long time since Luna made a comeback. It's probably years ago, and I feel like Madonna has such a old school, like, I think not 80s, but like think about Madonna and how like the actual, singer Madonna,
Mhm.
and how she was very, very popular back then. So I feel like, this song itself, when it talks about Madonna, is just like embodying her, her as like the style and her career. And I feel like Luna did such a great job with, the song, the vocals. I think the music video was really cool too. So, that's a song that's been on a repeat for pretty much later this year. So yeah, I like Madonna.
I was so confused at first because I thought you were talking about the group Luna, and I was like, it hasn't been years since they had a comeback.
It's
like,
FX's Luna.
Yes.
Sorry.
Luna from FX.
Anything for you, Roxy? There's a couple more on October that I actually did listen to.
Yeah, so the only other one I really had that I enjoyed in October was Woods' release. The song Waiting. It sounded a lot like, well, not a lot, but it had a lot of similar musical elements to Love Me Harder, which I also really loved, and his entire mini album is great. I think Woods is like one of like the really, really good solo artists out there, and he did get more recognition since being in X1 for 5 minutes, but like his releases are very like emotional and very raw, and the video actually is pretty heavy because it involves guns and shit. So, but like it's really good. I think he's an amazing artist, and I wish like more people would pay attention to him.
Yeah, I feel like I see his name everywhere for Woods. Like it's just like, but I still, like you said, like I feel like not enough people know about him still. Like he's still very underrated, but it's just like he's actually a really good artist. I don't listen to him often, but when his songs do come on, it's just like, okay, I can vibe with this. Anything else from you in the month of October, Connie?
Oh yes. I've been really into Hyphen lately,
Okay.
ever since they debut. And I really love Team Dash. Team Dash. I think every time Hyphen releases a comeback or a song, it's always such a bop. Team Dash is really like it's funny because like it sounds like the end of summer, even though it was released in October kind of song. But I just really like the style of it. I think it's just like something that you would listen to when you're driving down a really long stretch of highway, because it's like really fast paced during the chorus. But I'm really getting into Hyphen, and I really look forward to more of their music. Their other comebacks like Fever and wow, the other ones are catching my head here. But yeah, I really like Hyphen, so hopefully more people will listen to them. So I look forward to more of their comebacks.
Their album, the physical album for that one's really pretty. Because I have friends who are into Hyphen, so like I got to help them pull their photo cards, but I was like, this is actually really pretty packaging. I don't listen to them. It like not my particular style of music, but I can see why a lot of people like them too. And also they're catchy. They're like, I've listened to Fever for sure, but it's just like still not my thing for me. There's something that I need to bring up because Roxy and me had very particular opinions about the release before this, we have to bring up NCT's Vampire favorite because we hated
this song.
we hated Sticker so badly.
It was a redemption arc.
It was.
It was.
I think they definitely redeemed themselves by coming out with favorite Vampire.
Such a good song.
It's
still like song. It's not my favorite song, but I was like, this is a great
Leagues better.
Yeah, I was like, this was the right direction to go.
Yeah. I think they saw like a lot of people still like Sticker. I think Sticker is a song that has to grow on you eventually for some people, but I was just like, I'm so glad that they did this.
That flute gives me a damn headache, dude. It's a trigger at this point. If I hear it, I just like, I got a migraine now.
So devil's advocate on Sticker, and I said this to Roxy and you guys before, but it's like, I'm not into NCT because I feel like their music is very experimental with different sounds, and sometimes it meshes with me, sometimes it doesn't. I'm more of a melodic kind of girl when it comes to their music, with my music. But I don't know, though. I know that pan flute thing annoys a lot of people, but for some reason didn't annoy me as much. So, but the chorus really was what kind of brought me together. The beginning's like, okay, I don't know about this, but the chorus was something. But I didn't mind Sticker. I really loved Favorite a lot. And I was like, yes, but I know this song style for NCT is probably not their regular style. So that's why I like Favorite a lot. And I think that might be my favorite NCT song outside of their like subunits and things like that. Because I like NCT.
It's a really good song. Like it's so catchy, and the whistling that they have in that song is so like you can't help but like every time you hear it, like you'll turn and be like, oh, it's coming on. There's one particular, there's a couple more. CL came out with her album this year. Congratulations after a long time waiting. Yeah. I feel like all of us were just waiting for this.
I feel like like a year ago, she said that she was working on an album, and like it was a lot. But I mean, it was like a very extensive album, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and she performed at Head in the Clouds also in November, and it was like a 15-song set, and she only had 45 minutes or something like that to perform. But like to see her thriving and just happy now, I think is what just like it's the cherry on top. That's her album is
song, by the way.
Cherry. I was just like, oh, I just caught myself there. But I feel like it's just such the light at the end of the tunnel for her, you know, and so to see her release an album that, you know, she's proud of every single song that went into this album and she's not held back by anything else. I think that's like one of the greatest things for CL's, you know, official like debut with a big album. So congratulations. We missed her. When are we going to I'm sad that we didn't get 2021 this year with a reunion, but it's okay.
She came out and said that she found out 2NE1 broke up through the media. All the stories that come out about like what 2NE1 went through with YG just is mind blowing every single time.
Sucks.
I'm like, oh my God.
Like literally what the F?
Like if you are like the most popular girl group from one of the biggest companies, you still get crumbs. Like it just says a lot about the K-pop industry, and it's not good.
Yeah. It's these girls were done dirty. And I love 21. I love 21. And so hopefully in the future we'll get a 2021 reunion. And yeah, congratulations to CL, because that album was awesome. Very awesome. There's one more who can I talk about? I just Somi came out with XOXO. I really liked it, and I feel like Somi I don't want to say that they're the same, but like almost very youthful, young adult kind of vibe. Her and Olivia Rodrigo kind of in the same realm right now. And I'm just like, I'm actually liking what Somi's doing now. Cause like after Birthday, the comeback that came after it, I think What You Waiting For? No, What You Waiting For was the second one she released after her debut.
Oh, yes. And then Dum Dum.
I didn't like What You Waiting For, but then Dum Dum came out, and then now XOXO is just like, it's it's creeping up there, and I'm like, okay, Sophie, I see you, and it has that little punk pop kind of hip hop ish realm to her that I'm just like, I know what she's doing, and there's gonna be a trilogy to it because she is having a to be continued off of XOXO, and it's actually really catchy music.
Yeah,
She looks stunning too.
yeah, she's definitely on my list of great upcoming soloists.
Mhm.
Ever since I heard a birthday, I was like, this is my jam. This is so good. Dum Dum was really good. I think all of her like, singles are really good too. But definitely it's one of my most anticipated solo artists.
Mhm.
And it's been hard for me to get into solo artists these days. But yeah, definitely young, upcoming, very punk vibe. I just love her style.
All right. Well, should we move into November? I didn't listen to a lot in November.
SF9.
Yes, that is Roxy. Oh, that's all the Roxy right there.
Yeah, that was pretty much like the only thing that I really liked in November. And I like did not like SF9's comeback before that. I thought it was too tame. Like the song was not hype enough and I didn't like it. So I like what they did with Trauma. Back to the dark, sophisticated. I mean, they've been doing that for everything, but the song is like it's like a club banger. It's good shit. I'm just I
Yeah,
really
because I
like that
think the
song.
last time we were talking about SF9, you weren't as impressed with their last one.
Yeah, Teardrop to me was kind of more like underwhelming. It wasn't a bad song, but it wasn't like their best release either. Like I could tell there was a difference between like Good Guy to me was like top tier, love that song. And it fell flat to me. It was like too, I don't know, just not enough was there. And at least with Trauma, there was a bit more oomph to it, I think. And I don't know. It's hard for me to explain because like I'm not good at putting stuff into words.
Actually, there's one in November. Sorry, I thought we were in October. In November, I really liked was One Us. Is it One Us? Their song Luna. I think there was another One Us song that I liked, and I forget the name of it right now. But Luna is definitely it's a style that I really like because it's kind of like dark and moody, but also like it tells like a very interesting story, and I can't describe the story, but I just really like the sound of the song. Is something I'm puts that on repeat on my playlist right now. But usually one I want to learn more about One Us actually. So I don't know too much about like who the members are and kind of their style, but I think it's one group that I'm gonna try to look into more for next
I
year.
can help. I love One Us. I
Yay!
liked Luna too, but like not as much as SF9. But it feels like because they've done the sort of like East Asian influence music before, and last time it was very in what is the name of that song? I forget. It was like their third mini album. It was very like up. It wasn't like the sort of darker thing. It was very like party-ish almost. So I like that they did the two different sides of it, and the music video is gorgeous as well. So
I'm looking at the list. There's a couple on here from November that we covered. By the way, some of these or most of these that we're talking about is covered on our website. So we're gonna plug that. So go ahead and look for those articles on the website. I guess I should talk about him considering he's my ultimate bias. Yeah, I should. Bang Young-guk finally made his return after about 2 years. And let's just say I died. I died because when he was releasing teasers, and I was just like, am I gonna die? Is this real? Is this actually real? And then he did, and I watched the music video, and I'm like, how am I supposed to write on this? I don't know how I did it, but I did. And I'm biased, obviously. So anything he comes out with, I'm gonna be like, yes, listen to it. So if you haven't listened to it, it's called Race. Really good song. It's in that little more rock heavy hip hop vibe, and it is it has a lot of double meaning, and I would like to say it's a song that he's in a race against himself and no one else. Like no one can be at his level. He's like, he doesn't see anybody as technically competition. This is obviously my interpretation of the song, but he's just like, how do I outdo myself and keep improving? And I just like, this man knows how to still be deep but still release good songs. I'm so glad you're back. Anyway, sorry. That's my ultimate bias. Y'all think that BTS may be my alt group right now, but the ultimate bias forever in my heart is always BAP and Bang Young-gook. So there's that. I had to get that out of my system. Sorry.
Bang Young-gook's also my BAP bias, and it's definitely the song this is just his style. So yeah. I'm really, it's like not surprised, but I'm also very surprised like how strong and powerful this song is. Mm-hmm. And of course, I don't expect nothing less from Bang Young-gook in that sense, which is probably why I'm really attracted to him in terms of his style and his music. So yeah, definitely 100% amazing.
I mean, there's a lot of like, people don't realize, like, if you're a fan back then, when they were in their prime, when BAP was in their prime, especially a lot of male idol groups looked up to BAP and Jungkook as a leader. So it's just like, he has a lot of influence. He actually produced for the group Just Be for their debut single. So it's just like, he has some accolades to him, and people are like, I am sad that not many more people, aside if you're in the BAP fandom or you knew them at the time, don't know who he is now. And so I feel like this is a perfect time for him to be like, listen, I've been in this industry. I've been in the underground industry as well. I'm an artist. Listen to my stuff too. And so I kind of am glad it's a new opportunity for newer fans to get to know who he is and know his work. So I'm just like, yay, so proud.
I feel like we're in like a weird place right now where on top of like all the new generation, there's a lot of like Gen 2 like groups that are coming back. Like 2AM had a comeback for the first time in like 6 years or something. 2PM has been around, and you know,
yeah, Tiara, with Tiki Taka, that was also in November. Also, good for them.
It's just like really weird because there's like a whole generation of us that remembers this. Even I wasn't really in it, but I came toward like the tail end. But then there's all these new fans of new groups that like have no idea like what the impact was of these groups. Like I didn't see anybody talking about 2AM coming back.
I know, like at all. I feel like it's just older fans that were just like, oh my God, they're coming back. And I mean, if you are a newer K-pop fan who is watching or listening to this, they are a powerhouse vocal group. In their like when they were super active, they were also sweeping charts. Like you would hear their songs in like variety shows. Like that's how you know that they were popular. And like, sure that they're all doing individual things, but like coming together as a group, it's kind of like, whoa, you don't see this happening. And it's a shame because even if you're not into ballads, just listening to them, they have really, really pretty and luscious vocals, I should say. That's the correct word. That's what I was trying to get. It's like,
are they luscious hair now, or are they vocals? Luscious hair.
No, listen, they're so smooth and velvety that you can't like, okay, I could get into you. Though they can make you cry with some of their songs. They like, if you need a good crying artist, listen to their songs.
A crying artist.
Like, listen, if you need a good, like, hey, everyone has their moments. Like, I need a good cry. Listen to their songs, please. But they're really good, like really, really good. And it is a shame that like not many people were talking about their comeback, because I think that they're still a solid group.
It's like, it's just a really weird place to be in where I'm not immersed in like the new generation. So when people are like, oh my God, TXT and Hyphen, and then not talking about like FT Island made a comeback, Island, 2AM, and like nobody, it's just like a weird, I feel like I'm on like the outside where I like see both and I just like, they don't connect, if that makes sense.
I guess it's also similar to like when we were active too, and I'm pretty sure Khannie can relate because me and Khannie have been in the fandom just a little bit longer than Roxy. Seeing Shinhwa or like God come back, and you're like, they're older, like they're first gen, but we don't understand it. But you know, they have that core fan base and the people who are going to come out for them. But still, like at the time, we were like, I don't know who they are. They're older.
Well, then like the newer, so at that time, that was like probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, that the newer groups, second and third gens were doing covers of, you know, the first gen artist songs. So that brings a little bit more awareness to the first gen, which is nice, which that's how I learned about who they were. So maybe, you know, a lot more like fourth gen like artists now are trying to cover older K-pop songs in that sense. So maybe it'll bring some spark back. But yeah, it's definitely, I agree with Roxy, where we're just in a weird middle situation where we're like, we come from the first gen, third, and then all this fourth gen is like the newer fans are just like hyping up things, and we're like, I don't know where we sit.
I also wonder if it's because like there is suddenly so many more.
Yeah.
Too. Because like K-pop used to be kind of niche, and now it's like not. Because they're doing, all of them are trying to expand in the Western market. So there's a lot more exposure that way. And it's just like, it's weird.
And I just feel like groups debuting is multiplying by the year.
That's
There's
also
so
true.
many groups to come out. Whereas back then, like there were groups debuting at the same time as 2 p.m., 2 a.m., 4 Minute, all of them. There were groups, just you only knew that like small core groups that actually made it. You know, that made it onto variety shows and other shows and were pushed really, really hard. Now it's like these groups are debuting left and right, and it's now literally more survival of the fittest. Who has the catchiest thing? Who has the aesthetics? What's going to capture everyone's eye and have a good song in general? And now it's like, where?
Maybe
like,
it's a little bit of overload. You know what I mean? Because every time a new group comes out, I'm like, I just don't have the mental capacity to like dive into this like I could before, because it happens so often.
Right.
I feel like you just have to be like a full-time K-pop fan. Like you just eat, sleep, breathe K-pop. You don't go to work, you don't go to school in order to really get caught up with stuff, which is why we have such an amazing team at the Craze to be like all rounded, try to listen to everything, different things, but also like we also will help each other cover our bases, that you know, we ask for recommendations on things. It's like, hey, I really don't know anything about like, you know, the roundups and stuff, so give me your recommendations on like what sounds good and stuff. So it's just a lot for even one person to really get into all of K-pop these days.
Yeah, which I mean, there's at least people now, you have a lot of variety to choose from. Back then it was almost a little bit slim pickings. You got who you was popular, but now it's just like you can find, there's a variation of different styles and groups out there that you're like, I can stand behind this, or that's just not my thing anymore. So yeah, November. There is one more that I wanted to talk about, and I'll be very quick so it doesn't grind Roxy's gears. Stray Kids released their Christmas single, Christmas Evil, which I can get behind. Roxy covered it for me, actually. Sorry.
Can't say I was the biggest fan. I don't like Trap Holiday. That's just like not in my wheelhouse.
It was different for sure.
Very Stray Kids though. Like it fit their vibe, but I don't like my holiday to sound like that. I like my holiday music to be like chill R&B or just like that happy, you know, poppy stuff. I was just like, this is throwing me off a little bit, but you know, to each his own.
Right. And what's it called? We're getting, you know what? I feel like this is the first year we're getting so many Christmas releases.
There are a ton of Christmas releases.
Like, I feel like there was just a drought of them the past couple of years that were just like, now there's more. And I'm like, yay, more Christmas stuff. But at the same time, I can't keep up with all of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's I feel like all the Christmas stuff in K-pop wise were like older songs from like 5-6 years ago, from like the second gens. And I'm like, I love these second gen songs. Like, you know, I can never get over EXO's Christmas songs. Like, you know, the first album, First Snow and like Miracles of December. But
Like the
everything else
happy
is-
ones or the ones that
Yeah,
make
the
you want to
happier
cry?
ones, not the sad.
Not
ones.
Miracles in December itself.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Miracles December is like, it's good, but definitely not like the happier version.
No,
if you
it's a
want
very
happy
sad.
I
That's a
don't
very
like
sad
sad
song.
Christmas songs. Like I can be sad the rest of the year. I don't want to be sad on Christmas.
That is true. It's supposed to be one of the happiest times of the year. So
Yeah, EXO doesn't think so. All of EXO's like holiday releases, at least the title tracks, are just like sad ballads. Like Sing
Yeah.
for You, fucking Miracles in December. What's the other one I'm missing? They have so many Christmas albums.
they do. I should know. I'm the one who wrote the article. I can't. I'm drawing a blank too. There's Sing for You, Miracles of December. Oh God. No, Unfair.
I don't know. I
Unfair
haven't
was
been.
a bright song. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I haven't been like into EXO's Christmas songs in a while.
Well, they haven't released any Christmas songs since 2018. So unfortunately, but since we are in technically the holiday season, we should probably just move into December. There's one group I do want to talk about in this list. And I know we're recording this mid-December, so we don't have all of the artists who are releasing this month. But I do want to talk about, is it Ivy?
I think it's Ivy. I don't know because I haven't seen the Hangul. I've only seen, the
romanization of it. I really like their debut. They are a group from Starship. Starship, please don't F this group up, please.
They will. It's fine. Sorry, they will.
They will. It's fine.
But I was actually really impressed, and I understand why they picked up wins already on music shows. They just debuted not that long ago on December 1st, and I think they have 4 wins from music shows already as of when I
know
checked.
At least 3. But I just saw a passing article today. They've had at least 3. They might have just gotten another one.
Yeah,
it's kind of wild.
Yeah, but like I think just their song alone is very catchy, and then I watched the music video. One of the things that I like about their debut, also the last time I checked, they were at like 42 million views the last time I checked their music video out. So I'm just like, wow, I can see why. First, they look really good in terms of their visuals and styling in the music video, but there is an aspect of the song that when they lead up into the chorus, it's very high paced and everything, and then it slows down where it takes out all the audio. So all you hear is just their voices, and then it drops into the chorus, and I'm just like, wait, I haven't heard something like this before, and I think this is very catchy. So it is a group that I'm kind of like, I see you. I can't wait to see what you have next for a debut group. So I was just like, and you know me, I've gone on record, I'm not a girl group person. So I'm actually interested to see what this girl group's gonna bring with their career since they just debuted. So good for them. Very strong debut for a girl group, and that's even hard because I feel like the ladies have to work twice as hard as the men in K-pop. So good for them, honestly.
I need to get into them because I probably have listened to them, but it's in the background while I work, and I didn't really recognize who's singing what. So I'll look into them. Sounds really cool.
I liked it. So I think if you haven't seen the music video too, watch it, because I think when it does that whole like slows down and it's like one of the things where it muffles a little bit and then it comes back. I was just like, oh, that's smart to incorporate it not only in the song but in the music video too. So I was just like, oh, I like this. I actually do. So that's probably the only. Oh wait, I take it back. I kind of listened to NCT in December, but anybody else in December?
ATEEZ.
Yes.
I'm very
Don't
predictable.
Kill me. I didn't listen to it yet.
I don't have because I'm still like adjusting to moving, so I haven't had a lot of time to listen, but always SF9, always ATEEZ, guaranteed. Has some Satori in the reel that it
he does.
I fell over. It hit me. I was like, oh god, please. Because they all say a line, and I am not going to say it because I'll butcher it, but it starts with like Woo Young and then Sunghwa, and then Yunho does it in the Satori, and I'm like, ugh, please. I can't.
Is
Like-
he coming for you, Roxy? Because I feel like it's like Hongjin's her bias, but I just feel like has just been attacking her. And
It's
the
been
last
bad.
time, like the last time we talked about ATs too, she's like,
It's really bad. Yeah, and they also dressed him up in the music video as like a biker, so he has like chains on and a leather jacket. I was like, it's over.
No.
It's over.
I can't do it.
It's a new album, right? Not a repackage. Okay.
Yeah, it's a new album, but I believe most of the songs on the album are from Kingdom, so they just took their Kingdom songs and then put it on a
Good
new
for
album.
them. Their Kingdom songs are good. So yeah, I still need to watch it. Please don't come for me.
Yeah, I need to get into it too.
Sorry,
Oh,
I didn't watch it. I didn't listen too much in December, to be honest. I listened to NCT, all of NCT, all 22 at the moment, 22, not 23. There's 22 who are active on the album. I did like NCTU's is it Play Ball? So me personally, when it comes to NCT, I am more NCTU than I am like with their other units. Though I do appreciate 127 and the Dreamies and Wavy. Still, even then, Wavy is still a group that I have to sit down and listen to. I still don't know all their names. But I did like that. I wasn't as big of a fan of Universe though, because it is one of their slower songs. It's not like Vampire Favorite. Like, how do I describe this type of sound? It's kind of like a ballad-ish. I'm not fond of their ballads like that. So that is more of my speed of NCTU's Play Ball universe that. Yeah. Because Mark says universe in the song, so I'm getting the lyrics or I'm getting the titles mixed up. But so far so good. I haven't listened to the whole album, but I still appreciate NCT.
NCT is hard. I feel like it's like a whole like universe in and of itself, and I'm like afraid to even try to start with it because like I really liked old NCT, like when they first debuted, and 127 NCTU. I love their songs, but like as time has gone on, it's just like they keep adding more and more people, and like it becomes too much. It's like it feels like it should be like its own subgenre of K-pop. It's like here's all K-pop and here's NCT, because there's just so much going on with like 23 members. It's very difficult for me to keep up with it. So now when they have releases, I'm kind of like, I know it's too much.
I kind of wish that NCTU got more releases, because we see a lot of Dream and Wavy and 127, but it's just like, where's my NCTU unit? When are they going to release an actual album? Because that is more my speed of sound. But like on Universe, which is their main title track, it's kind of hard to differentiate. How do you tell all 22 members who are singing in the song?
Yeah,
and it's hard to keep up with that.
It's when they do like the full NCT releases too, because they keep adding members, there's more to cover. I really liked 2018's Black on Black. That was like the full NCT song, and it was just less like, I feel like there was less like vocal focus on that song, so it was kind of easier to digest. But when there's like so many, and then you put a full album out with however many songs are on it, I haven't even looked at it because I'm like, it's overwhelming. It's just like, it's, unless you're like a big fan of NCT itself, I feel like it's hard to get into that if you are reluctant like I am, because like obviously I learned all of 127, all the NCTU units that came out, even Dream, but then like they keep adding more, and I know that's the whole premise, and that kind of makes me want to like step away.
It's very overwhelming,
yeah,
especially for a new K-pop fan who's like, you've heard of NCT or like you see their name in passing, but you're like, how do I get into a 20 plus member group? And tackle all of their discographies, each group and everything like that. And then let's not forget, we have NCT Hollywood that's going to eventually come.
I am
It's
not
like-
about it. I'm so not about it. Like, I hope it turns out better than I think it's going to, but
Yeah.
like, it's too much. And I know this is what SM does. They go above and beyond and try to trend set essentially, which has worked in the past, but we'll see.
It's
We'll
like
see.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe where there's just so many characters or so many people in it, and then you just got to start drawing like timelines and drawing like when which subunit released this. Like, is it like related to something? Do they actually do any storyline based things?
So I can help you with that just a little bit. So there is, you're right, Roxy, because they do, it's called the SMCU. Like
Yeah.
they're promoting it right now. And it is their universe that they're trying to push. And something that's very similar, you're seeing it in aespa and in NCT right now. There's something called Kwangya. That's they say it in the song, but it's kind of like in their universe, and how it's, I don't want to say it started with EXO, but we've seen it sprinkled in Red Velvet, especially with people, like there's the theories going around, but that's their world. And aespa is a part of it, NCT is a part of it, and now they're trying to weave in all the older groups. So there is a universe out there, but
Oh my
it is
God.
it's
Yeah, I realized that because like SM has been updating all the older groups like Facebook and Instagram or whatever, Twitter accounts and things like that with the same branding of
Yeah.
sorts. So I don't know if that's a thing that's they're doing right now, but I've been noticing that and I was like, this is weird. But anyways, go ahead.
I
Yeah.
don't
Like,
like
if-
that. I'm
if
just
you-
gonna say,
if you go into, I forgot which, there's an NCT and an aespa, I forgot which ones, and also in Shiny's Don't Call Me, if you pay attention to the very ends of the music videos, it leads up into hinting who's the next to come back, or hinting at the next part of the
It's such
universe.
a Marvel thing.
And-
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's very, very like that right now, where they're really trying to push their universe like that. So like, I know at what I think the Don't Call Me music video hinted at aespa's debut. Like you'll see the AE in the very end, or one of the Shiny videos that came out around Don't Call Me era hinted at that. And then there was a part in an NCT music video that came out hinting, or a BoA music video that hinted at NCT, one or the other. But you're seeing this being tailored into their music videos, and it's just like there's so much to catch up on and so much to learn, and it's overwhelming.
I think it's too much. I get that it's popular to like have very intense songs and storylines that tie back together into one story, but sometimes I just want to vibe to a song and to a group that does one thing and isn't connected to anything else. And I'm kind of tired. I am too old to be doing this theory shit. I'm too old to be going into a music video and looking at like the section where they have a tiny little like hint. I'm too old for that. I just want to vibe.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Yeah.
This makes me not want to like SM.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
had my trials and errors with SM in my days. So,
Yep.
But I'm actually glad that BTS did not continue that so long, because it's did that, I Need You, and then going
Well,
into
apparently,
whatever.
isn't it still kind of ongoing?
Sort
I
of.
haven't
Well,
caught up to it, to be quite honest. So
Look,
I don't pay
everything
attention to
derailed at the
that.
pandemic. Let's be real,
Yeah.
because they were doing the map of the soul and then the pandemic hit and stopped.
that's true.
I mean, they have that new thing. It's the Seven Fates thing that's going around. I didn't get into it yet. I haven't looked into
I
it.
want you to
but
tell me what that's all about, because I have no idea what
me
that is.
either. I know it's a thing.
Is it a
I
game?
just-
Is it a show? Is it interactive?
Yeah. So I somebody please. I know I like we're into BTS, but we're not that involved as you think. So it's just like I can't keep up with all of this.
Yeah,
I have
like
work.
I don't keep up with the ATs lore. There's a whole like freaking theory thing on all of ATs and shit, and I don't pay attention to that. I just like I gotta make money. I gotta pay bills. I'm tired. I don't,
Yep.
I don't have hours upon hours to dive deep into these things. And I guess if your core market are kids that are in school, then they do. But for us that are older, we don't have time. We have to think about what to make for dinner every day. Like, you know how tiring that gets?
It very, very. Yeah, that pretty much is it for December. We can't obviously fully talk about what December has to bring because we're still in December.
Wait, there's one more actually that I
Which
really
one?
need to talk about is Kai's Peaches.
Oh, I didn't get it. Okay, I've listened to bits and pieces of Peaches. Please
so
do
good.
tell more.
It's so good. Like I know there's people just like to start fandom wars, and not within K-pop, but like with Justin Bieber's Peaches. It's like, guys, it's two separate songs, okay? Like the sound's different. It's just the same name, like whatever. But Kai's Peaches is so suave, so smooth. It makes me feel like I'm sitting in a velvety like cream, peaches and cream. It's just amazing. Like I really like Kai's like first like a solo release stuff, which is with and Nothing on Me and stuff like that. But Peaches is like a whole nother level, and I was like, I can literally dive into a peaches and cream right now and just eat it while listening to this song. It's just amazingly smooth. I don't know.
Now you're making me hungry. Just thinking about Peaches, and I'm just like, and his marketing, the marketing for Peaches, where he's just holding Peaches. I'm just like, I see what you did there.
Such a good song. Yeah.
Oh
probably
man.
Great song. But I'm gonna leave it to it. Watch Peaches, listen to Peaches. You will feel the same way as I did.
All right. Well, I mean, we have a couple more minutes left. Do we have anything like favorites of 2021?
I have a whole list.
I
But
don't
I
have
mean,
a
we've
big
talked
list.
about all of them in the past.
Mhm. I think my standout albums that I've been listening to on repeat is obviously IU's Lilac album, because I love her. Dio's solo debut for his oh god. The album is right in front of me, but for some reason drawing up blank. Those two have been my consistent, like I've been playing these these albums since they released in 2021. I'm trying to think of who else did it. Oh, and also Shiny's Don't Call Me.
Mm-hmm.
That
Absolutely.
one. Absolutely.
That is such a damn good song.
The album is so good that I'm just like, no skips at all. These particular three, and Stray Kids, obviously no easy because I love them. But those four right now are my consistent. I've been listening to these songs in 2021, or albums. Sorry.
I don't really have albums. I picked out more songs. Like Kang Daniel's Paranoia is on my top playlist. Any AT song, naturally. Poison by Pink Fantasy, which I constantly tell people to listen to.
Yes.
And I think the last one would be Epic High's Rosario.
Oh yeah. Oh, I totally forgot about that album.
Mm-hmm. That's the top one. I guess.
How about you, Khannie? Oh, go ahead, Roxy.
Yeah, just one more. It technically came out as a single in 2020, but DPR Ian's album came out in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And the song No Blueberries is like my favorite thing ever. I listen to that song like every day.
What about you, Khannie?
So I'm more on the single side. I just haven't been really diving deep into a lot of albums this year, but one really stuck out to me is TXT's Love Song. Literally when I first listened to it, it was like that rocker vibe and dark. And you guys know me, I love my moody, dark vibes. And it's like such a different song kind of vibe from their other releases. I really like TXT. So that's been on repeat forever. I really liked I've been liking a lot in hyphen stuff lately. So Drunken Days is the one that I forgot to mention earlier. And then Team Dash and Fever. But and then I really liked what else did I like? Oh, Key. We haven't talked about Key really. And I really like his song Bad Love. Yeah, Bad Love is such a good song. It's such that moody song. I just love moody songs. But that's been on repeat. And then a lot of Sunmi's You Can't Sit With Us is such a great song. And then oh my God, what else is there? It literally Sunmi, and then Somi. A lot of her songs this past year has been really good too. So like I said before, up and coming artists on my list. But that's it on my part. I think I might be missing stuff, but yeah.
Oh, I'm terrible. There's a couple more, but no, I want to talk about something real quick because you mentioned them. This is the year I got into TXT. Like, I'm not fully into them, but Anti-Romantic and Lose Your Lover, probably the two songs from TXT that I've been repeating all year. And I'm just like, I'm not into TXT like that, but every time I went into a K-pop store or like I'm in passing at a Korean restaurant, I'll hear those two particular songs. And I was just like, okay, let me understand the hype. Why is everybody talking about these two particular songs? And I listened to it and I'm like, I see why.
Yeah,
I get it, because it's just like, I'm not a big TXT fan, but those two songs in particular, I get why, like, wow, everybody's talking about it. I was like, okay, I'll learn a little bit more about TXT. Not fully, but I'll get there.
Yeah, I don't know too much about them, to be quite honest. I do know the names of the members and I already have a bias, which is Hun and Kai. But other than that, like, I really want to get to know them more. I think I really got involved in terms of like, because there's, they're after BTS and they're within Big Hit and stuff like that. So I really wanted to see what the range is. I'm actually quite surprised that they don't have like a rap line, which is very different from BTS. But a lot of their, major releases are boppers, and
they're very catchy. I'm not going to be surprised if we see a tour from them next year.
I will go to their tour.
Yes, I'm just waiting for like when MOA can actually see them again and see them on tour. So it's just like, hey, I would just go just to be like, hey, it's a TXT concert and I want to get to know them more. But at the same time, it's just like, I'm excited for them to meet their fans again here. So there's another artist, moving on real quick, I didn't get to mention earlier, but JB made his solo debut this year from GOT7. And so I did want to also shout out JB's solo debut with Somofume. Really good album. And I'm not saying this just because we also reviewed it and we interviewed him. It's such a good album from beginning to end. And if you are into the R&B realm for Korean music, listen to JB's. And that is another album I have to just mention that, because I was looking at my list and I'm like, oh, how dare I not mention that album? I have to just at least shout that out. All of the GOT7 members, actually, individually, all of their stuff that they've done this year, really great. So, I mean, at least as a GOT7 fan, we're fed, but also we miss them. So I'll take that.
I really like By the Way. For JB, Vibin' for Young Jay is really good. And then the other
Stand by Ribbon with Bam Bam. That was
Bam Bam Ribbons. Yeah, that's such a catchy song. So yeah, GOT7's doing really well, the members.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And then Mark's hinting at his album that's coming out in the these next couple of months. So just we're waiting to see when is the reunion going to happen. So yeah. Any last artists or singles, Roxy, for your favorite of this year?
Yeah, I think I covered most of them. Pretty much anything AT's put out is on the list.
All right. Well, I think that is it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this last episode of 2021. Oh my God. We had a new format in terms of our episodes, and we didn't release as many episodes this year, but we hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless. And thank you for listening and for sticking around. Anything else, Roxy? Thank you, Khannie, also for being here.
Of course. I love it.
Yeah, nothing else. I just hope everybody has a great holiday. And here's to better things in 2022, hopefully.
Be safe, y'all.
So we are available on social media. A lot of the comebacks that we discussed are also on our website. So if you're interested to see a more in-depth look at that, we have a lot of our writers that cover most of these comebacks. So those are over on the new release or review section of the website. And then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch our next episode. So
See you.
this has been the
Bye.
Krazecast.
Bye, everyone.